Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investing. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand here at Master Investor. Ensure to subscribe, turn on the notifications so that we know when we go live or upload a valuable talk on money, business, and investing that can literally change our finances forever. It's all about understanding the new rules of money and use those new rules to empower our finances to the next level. It takes financial education to start investing like the ultra wealthy. It takes a shift in our core values and the way we approach money and the way we invest and the way we make money, right? Because majority of people, as we know, they make money through a job, which is called earned income. There are three types of income that exist as we study here in our community at Master Investor. And the three types of income are: number one, earned income, which is taxed at the highest bracket. It requires a person to sell their time for money, and it's impossible to become ultra wealthy like that because basically the person is slave to a paycheck. And one of the hardest things people encounter as they move from the left side of the cash flow circle to the right side of the cash flow circle to build wealth is leaving the paycheck behind. It takes courage, strength, and true leadership to be able to be successful at business. It's not for everybody, but I do believe that we all should be able to utilize the money that we have to multiply in sound investing. So it doesn't require you to become a billionaire in order for you to be successful at business. Today, we can create financial freedom and pay all of our living expenses with assets that we control. So it depends on the lifestyle that we want to have. It will determine how many assets or how much money via passive income we should make in order to be able to be financially free. That's when we don't have to worry about paying for the bills. We don't have to work or depend on somebody else's directions to make a living. We are providing a solution to the world. We are solving problems. And because we are doing that, we get rewarded. Today's topic is going to be why others pay us to solve problems. Ensure to go to all the links in the description of this talk so that we can have access to the tools that we are sharing with our community. We have ebooks, we have digital courses, and also our free content that can literally change the way we approach money and will teach us exactly what we need to do to start building true wealth, which is built on the right side of the cash flow circle. With the development of artificial intelligence, AI, automation, robots, and machine learning, problem-solving skills are essential. Summary: robots, automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are the employees' lethal horsemen. Why would be value in the future when it comes to work? Ask ourselves. Become more knowledgeable about finance now to be ready for the AI takeover. Today's bonus: at the end of today's article, we will talk about what is the corporation's power and why we should do business via an entity, not with our personal name. We don't want to have any of the liability that comes with business. We want to make sure that we protect ourselves personally by using an entity. That's why the corporations were created. That's what we're going to find out by the end of today's talk, and why it's essential to have a company established when we begin to invest and build passive income. It's a must, because that's how we protect ourselves from liability, and also it helps us protect our other assets that we have, our other valuable things in our lives. So an entity represents us on a piece of paper, and it protects us from any liability. So if anything goes wrong with that company or operation, then the company itself would take the liability. We don't take it personally, okay? The highest level of an investor is a capitalist investor. The 5 levels are: number 1, novice; number 2, saver or passive; number 3, amateur; Number 4, professional or active. Number 5, capitalist. The way to reach the highest level is to invest in financial education to increase our financial intelligence. In this age, having the proper knowledge and context about wealth is the way to become ultra wealthy. We have to pay attention to the changes in this fast changing world. Be ready to be flexible and learn new things. The old things will be left by the advancements in AI and technology. Read the Dilbert comic strip. It perfectly captures the foolishness of corporate America. The core idea of Dilbert's message is that nothing truly gets done in the typical office because of the excessive red tape and worthless work that goes on in there. We predicted a perish of the Dilberts or employees due to the development of robotics and artificial intelligence. In other words, many employees will no longer be able to work in the jobs that they used to work all the time. We refer to people with routine cognitive jobs, translation occupations that could be replaced by automation. Up to 13% of all jobs may be lost to automation by 2026 alone, as previously noted. However, new opportunities will be created for those who shift the mindset and core values about money with the new rules of money. However, none anticipated that COVID-19 pandemic would result in the loss of 60 million jobs. We now know that many of those businesses saw the outbreak as an opportunity to increase productivity and efficiency while rehiring as few of the people who had lost their jobs as possible. Automation, robotics, COVID, and millions of jobs lost. However, this is not new. In a Wired story, Oxford University researchers even predicted that although it hasn't happened yet, 47% of American occupations might be automated in the next 20 years. It was only made worse by the COVID situation. One group of economists estimates that 42% of the jobs lost are gone forever, according to Times article titled "Millions of Americans Have Lost Jobs in the Pandemic, and Robots and AI are Replacing Them Faster Than Ever." Robots were quickly deployed in reaction to the coronavirus. All of a sudden, they were taking people's temperatures and cleaning airport floors. Malls and stadiums purchased nice scope security guard robots to patrol vacant real estate. Hospitals and universities use Sally, a salad-making robot developed by tech company Chobotics, to replace dining half staff. In businesses that produce and demand supplies like hospital beds and cotton swabs looked to industrial robot supplier to help boost production. Businesses that use human customer care representatives closed their call centers and restored to AI platforms like Watson Assistant or chatbots developed by LivePerson. Once more, many employees' jobs have vanished in an instant. What additional occupations will be lost when advanced technologies like machine learning and artificial intelligence AI become more prevalent? We don't know for sure because we don't have a crystal ball. However, as we know that artificial intelligence is becoming more adept at jobs that once belonged to humans, making it harder for humans to stay ahead of machines. According to JP Morgan, AI is now available to examine commercial loan agreements in a matter of seconds, replacing the 360,000 hours of legal work that lawyers used to do annually. Perhaps becoming a lawyer won't be an American ideal for very long. Only those who truly want to become a lawyer or any other profession should become that, and not for the money only. People are unhappy today in their jobs due to the poor choices that they made in their lives. And a lot of times they listen to their parents, and their parents tell them to go study a certain profession, and they follow through with that because they don't know anything else, so they haven't questioned themselves and they haven't gone out there and experiment as to what they want to do in their lives. We all have different talents and skills. We have to learn how to monetize those talents in today's economy by providing some sort of product-based business to the market. So the question always remains, what type of problems do we want to solve? And how do we want to fill that need? What type of product do we have to put in the market today so that we can monetize our knowledge? Because knowledge is the new money, right? So the more knowledge we control and the more knowledge we can package and we can organize it in a format that can be easily read by a customer, then that customer will be willing to pay us tremendous amount of money because they're looking for the solution of something. So we're solving people's problems. We're selling them how to do something, how to become wealthy, how to pay less in taxes, how to create more financial freedom, how to quadruple our profits, how to build a plan that ensures that we can get out of the rat race in the next 6 months and then build a foundation of assets that produce enough passive income into our income column to give us all of the money that we ever need to pay for all the expenses and anything that we ever want in our lives. It takes financial education, and it goes down to building the assets column on our financial statement. A lot of people focus on the income column, and they focus on having a good job so that they can get good money, a good paycheck, good benefits, security in their mind. But it's not security because, as we know, AI can replace any job today. So there's not such security by working for somebody else's company for a long time. 40 years of your time will be given to a company that might not need you because of AI. And you cannot sell those 40 years. Those 40 years were given to that company, and they're not going to give you those 40 years back. So it's better to focus on building our assets column with real assets that we control with our companies. And slowly we begin to build that income from the assets column, not from a job, but rather from the assets column. In simple terms, an asset puts money in our pocket whenever we're not working. A liability takes money out of our pocket. There's nothing wrong with having liabilities. In fact, we encourage our community and our partners here, our Master Investor, for those who are building wealth, to make sure that we're living above our means. We have to expand our mindset and also in the physical world. It's not about shrinking. It's not about going into a corner and hide and saving money. Remember, today, savers are losers because money is not longer real money. Money is debt. Debt is money. Money is created with debt. So good debtors are the winners. Savers are losers because money is losing value as they put money in their bank account or they hide it under the mattress. And they're not beating inflation because they can't keep up with inflation because money is created with debt. So the more debt is created, the more inflation we have. That means that whatever a person used to pay for groceries will be more. The same amount of groceries will be more in the future due to inflation. It will cost more money to buy what we used to buy with a lot less money. And the only way to beat that inflation is by investing actively, by utilizing our capital to invest in sound assets that produce passive income in any type of economy. And those assets are solving other people's problems. People pay us to solve their problems because people have problems and they need people to solve their problems today. So people are willing to pay for anyone to solve the problems as long as we have a product that we can offer to them that is valuable. As long as we put that message in front of them with systems and smart marketing, then they're going to buy from us. So think of products that we can push to the market with systems because we want to detach ourselves. We don't want to become the product of our businesses. We don't want to become an employee of our businesses. We are the chairman of our businesses. We are in control. We have a voice, and we hire other people if we need to hire other people. As we know, artificial intelligence, automation, and new technology allows businesses to run with a lot fewer people than before. So we can become successful just by using artificial intelligence. So it shouldn't be any excuse as to why anyone shouldn't be making passive income using the internet, because we have all the tools, we have access to the internet. We can be selling something online within 24 hours without any exaggeration. We can put a product, and we don't even need to create the product ourselves. We can use other people's products. It's called white label. We can partner out with other companies through an affiliate program. Just about every company we can think of right now, they all have an affiliate program. Nike, Apple, Amazon, our company here at Master Investor, we have an affiliate program. Whatever you sell for that company, whatever products you can market for that company, and you bring in sales on autopilot, they'll pay you. And if it's a product that is a subscription product, then you'll get residual income every single time that person makes a payment on that product. And we can do this without using our videos. We can use the company's videos. They give us all the material. So a person should start focusing on building passive income, the type of income that comes in whenever we're not working. And it requires understanding about sales funnels, a little bit about the internet, how to put the systems together. Simple stuff. It's easier than ever to become wealthy today than it was before, due to the technology and all the artificial intelligence that we have available right now. Make sure you go to our website, get all of our ebooks and digital courses. We have 3 right now. The 10 New Rules of Money, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth. If you want to become wealthy and start building financial freedom, if you want to escape the rat race, if you don't want to work at your job any longer, don't quit yet. Start investing in financial education. That should be the first step. And create a plan that is a winning business plan with an exit strategy, a lucrative exit strategy for you, for us, so that we don't have to be attached to the business. We want to depart from the business and still control the business and still collect the passive income from the business and build something else. Move that passive income into a new cash flowing asset, because as we know, in order to reach velocity of cash flow, and that's when we're printing money from thin air, that's when we're getting money for nothing. That's when we have recoup our capital back from any investment that we made. And we still continue to control that investment and the cash flow of that investment. So when we have no money into a deal and we still collect passive income, then that's infinite return on investment. That's the holy grail of investing. That is creating money from thin air. And that's how the ultra wealthy, that's how we do it. We position ourselves to obtain everything for free because we have a plan. We always invest with a plan. A true investor, an inside investor, a master investor will always invest with a plan. Even before we enter any operation, any business, any investment, we know everything about that investment, about such business, and we know exactly our return on investment. We measure the return on investment with facts. That's how we know how much money we're going to get back and when are we going to be able to see that money in our account. As a master investor, we get paid through passive income. We don't get paid through a check. So we have to make sure that we are investing in financial education, and for every single dollar that we ever manage, we have to put a plan behind it. A lucrative plan with a lucrative exit strategy that can literally give us the money back that we invest as soon as possible and continue to give us money thereafter, because it's solving the problem that it was built for. Every business or investment is solving a problem. It's built to solve a problem in the world. That's why at the beginning of our talk today, I said, what is the problem that we want to solve in the world? And then start reverse engineer the entire business from that view and figure out whether there's something that is worth solving. What is the competition? We have to do a lot of research. The most important words in business our cash flow. The second most important words are due diligence. Due diligence allows us to see the real story behind a business or any person. It tells us exactly about the numbers and the financial health of that entity because we can read financial statements. The foundation of true wealth is found in the ability to read financial statements and improving them, starting with our personal financial statement. In order to prosper when AI fully takes over, we must position ourselves now, not later. So for those who don't know if they're going to go to college, what they're going to study, what they're going to do with their lives, figure out what is that we want out of life in 10, 20 years, 30 years from now. Don't go into a career for the money. If you want to master money, then we need to study money. Exactly what we're doing here at Master Investor. And you need to start investing in real mentors and people that already have done what you want to do in regards to business, and then follow the clues and the products that they have available to share their advice in regards to that specific niche. So there are many mentors today that we can see that they're winning in certain fields, and we can attach to them and their knowledge very quickly. Okay, so find 5 people, find 10 people that we want to listen to and figure out what is that we want to do out of our life. What is the type of legacy that we want to leave? What type of mark, what type of positive product I want to bring to the world to help people's life become better. And when we learn how to become generous and give back to the world, then the world will reward us in the form of wealth. So if we can solve 1 million people's problem with a product and we sell it for $1, then that's $1 million. And we can sell 1 million products in one instant and literally at the same time. As long as we are doing the right marketing, we can put a product in front of 100,000 people, and they can all look at that product on their phone or on their website, on their computer, and they can all buy at the same time, unlike having a physical store where people have to wait in line. So having an online store where we're providing a solution to the world, it gives us an unfair advantage because we can have 100 people online ready to buy, and we don't have to make them wait. They can all purchase at the same time. That's a beautiful thing about having a business that is on the internet with the right systems, providing a solution to the world, and it has the smart marketing behind where it's targeting the right group of people that really want what we have. The people that have decided already, okay, I have this problem and I want to solve it. I have the payment method right here. I want to go ahead and purchase that right now. And that's when we come in with the message in front of them via marketing, where they see our ad somewhere and then they click on it and they will do business with us because they like us, they know us, and they trust us. We have provided something that is professional, is valuable to them because they need that solution right now. So it's all about solving other people's problems. Poor people are greedy because they don't solve anybody's problems. That's the problem. And wealthy people are wealthy because we solve other people's problems and we are generous. That's the difference. And we spend our free time differently than the poor people. Poor people usually tend to go to work at somebody else's job or somebody else's company. They get home, they watch on TV, and then they get ready for the next day again. As an entrepreneur, an inside investor, we're working 24/7 on our businesses and on our wealth. That means that sometimes we may not get any sleep because we're pushing a certain business to become successful. And it might require us to put a lot of time at the beginning, but once that business is set up and going, not only we have gained experience from that action, from simply incorporating a company and understanding all the requisites that are essential for the establishment of a proper company doing business in the world. Just on that alone, we're going to gain a lot of experience and knowledge that is priceless. And then we also get to see our business bring us passive income even while we're sleeping because that business is solving somebody else's problems. And we get to do that by paying attention to other people. So we need to always have our eyes open and figure out, how can I help the world? How can I provide a solution to the world? How can I solve this problem? I'm passionate about a certain topic. How can I find a product that can go in line with what I like to do? And start figuring out what is that you want to leave as a legacy and reverse engineer the entire lifestyle. Okay, a lot of people don't pay attention to their choices, and it's important that every day we take all of our choices very serious, because one choice can literally change everything in our lives. We're always one sentence away to change our life, one person away to empower our life to the next level. So what are the 5 people that we're talking to every single day? Because they hold our future. Pay attention, and a lot of times it's better to say no to protect the deeper yes of our dreams. A lot of people say yes to everybody too easily. Don't just say yes when you get asked a question. If it's not aligned with our dreams and our plan, then we have to unapologetically say no, because we're protecting the deeper yes. And invest in financial education, because that's the most important education that we can all have, because we are going to be playing with money for the rest of our lives. Money is involved even before we were born. Our parents were already buying things for us. So if we're going to be playing a game for the rest of our lives, why people don't master that game? Only about 3% of the entire population get to master the game of money, meaning that we're on the fast track. We're not working for money like majority of people are doing. People have to clock in somewhere to get paid so that they can pay their bills and they can live. On the right side of the cash flow circle, we do things very differently. We have assets that produce passive income, and we don't have to work for money. Those assets work for us, and our money works hard for us in different assets that we are investing constantly, because we're not just diversifying in one asset class. There are 5 different asset classes that exist: business, real estate, crypto, paper assets, and commodities. They all require financial education. However, investing among the 5 different asset classes, that is the way we protect ourselves from down economies, so that we can keep thriving even when the economy crashes. We still receive passive income from different assets, because those assets will do good regardless of the economy. And we protect ourselves from inflation. We hedge from inflation by having different assets in different asset classes. Not all assets will bring us passive income. Some assets will only give us capital gains income. There are 3 types of income that exist in the world. Earned income is taxed at the highest bracket. And then we have capital gains income. And then we have passive income. Rule number 1 in our community here at Master Investor is that we focus to work to build passive income, because that's the best type of income that exists, is taxed at the lowest bracket. And rule number 1 is that we work to build passive income and multiply money into sound investing. That means that we have to have financial education daily. We need to read, we need to attend seminars, we need to really be updating ourselves with the new rules of money and everything that is changing. If the laws change, then the rules change as well. So we need to understand the tax code a little bit. We need to speak the business language in order to become wealthier. Robots, automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are the 4 deadly horsemen for the employees. The 4 fatal horsemen of the apocalypse: conquest, battle, famine, and death, are discussed in the Bible's book of Revelations. We can discuss the 4 terrible horsemen of the employees today here: robots, automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, at least for employees, but even for others in the near future, such as self-employed as well. Employees and self-employed people are on the left side of the cash flow circle. On the right side of the cash flow circle, we have the business owner and inside investor. Wealth is built on the right side of the cash flow circle, and freedom is built on the right side of the cash flow circle. and the emerging AI era find true security. Growing up, we didn't have that much technology. Today, we have artificial intelligence that can literally create an ad, create a company for us, create a name for us, can do just about everything that we need done in matter of seconds. So let's leverage all the tools that we have available today to create the type of lifestyle that we want to have by providing something that is valuable to the world. Okay? We need to have something that is worth building because people are actually needing that. We're not doing it for us, otherwise it's a hobby. We need to do it for other people. Many parents wish their kids to become a doctor or lawyer without knowing that people want to choose their own destiny. Many people make the mistake to follow their parents' advice, and they end up unhappy because they are involved in things that they don't love to do. It is better to find a problem we wish to solve, create a company that has the product to solve the issue, and launch it into the market to begin collecting the money for solving such problem. These days, people regular occupations could be replaced soon by the employees for little horsemen. We hold a different opinion because we had no control. We believe that working as an employee was one of the least secure jobs we could have. The only people with real influence over a company were its owners. If they could, they would quickly take our place. Our perspective is becoming more and more accurate as the robot and AI era progresses. Businesses are accomplishing more with less and getting rid of employees, occupations as a result of the rapid advancement of technology that renders many jobs obsolete. Successful businesses no longer require as many employees as they once did because automation allows them to accomplish more with fewer people. In 1974, AT&T was the most valued company in the United States, employing 758,000 people. Back then, that was a lot of people. Apple employs about 137,000 people. Even while the large corporations of today earn billions of dollars, they distribute that money to fewer workers and provide a larger portion of their profits to shareholders. Being more and more focused on entrepreneurship is essential in a world where working for a living is becoming less and less stable. What would be value in the future when it comes to work is a question we need to ask ourselves. Here, a particular fundamental skill set, one that entrepreneurs typically take to the highest level, will be highly sought after. Solving problems is one of those skills. Here are some tips for staying relevant when the robots take over a person's work. The issue with this world is that there aren't enough problem solvers. Therefore, we get wealthy if we learn to solve problems. The following pattern may be found in any successful business: problem, solution, product, problem, solution, product, problem, solution, product. Financial intelligence grows when we begin to feel a need in the world, when we start understanding how to solve other people's problems via a corporation through a product and having all the legalities in order so that we can provide that solution that is a need to the world, then we become wealthy because we are solving other people's problems. Entrepreneurs identify issues in the world and come out with fixes. The best answers are found by the most successful. These businesses employ highly intelligent men and women with strong financial education who apply their high financial intelligence to address these issues and profit from their answers. We have to accept that difficulties will always exist if we want to prosper in a world that is becoming more and more automated. Regardless of how many times we solve one issue, another will inevitably arise. We will, however, welcome issues when they arise in your life or When we observe them in the lives of others, if we also realize that problem solving is what makes us wealthy. When we start fixing other people's issues in addition to our own, we become highly sought after and our chances of becoming wealthy soar. And we get immensely wealthier when we figure out how to take advantage of the employees for daily horsemen. Which type of income a person focuses to build will determine how wealthy the person will become and will also determine which side of the cash flow circle the person operates from. Although a person can be on the left side and the right side of the cash flow circle at the same time, usually we can see people tend to stay on the left side of the cash flow circle because on the right side of the cash flow circle, they see it as being risky because they lack financial education. All they have is academic education and professional education, which is required for the left side of the cash flow circle. Majority of people tend to operate from the left side completely without ever finding true wealth there because total freedom is built on the right side of the cash flow circle. As a business owner and inside investor, working to build passive income by acquiring real assets that produce positive cash flow in any type of economy. The three types of income that exist are earned income, capital gains income, and passive income. The lowest tax income is passive income. Capital gains income and passive income, those two come from investing. Two of the three incomes are achieved through sound investing, and only one is made through selling time for money, which is earned income. Majority of people, that's all they work for, earn income, and that's why they can never get ahead financially. Because ironically, their own job gets on the way to their success of becoming wealthier because they're spending time working hard for money instead of having money work hard for them. We can only make money work hard for us when we have a winning business plan with a lucrative exit strategy. Because investing is having a plan. That's how we define investing. Investing is having a plan with a lucrative exit strategy. We must sell products backed by real brands to the world. We must solve a problem that the world needs a solution today. Once we find a need and fill it with automation and systems, then we will experience the power of positive cash flow, passive income. This is a formula for enormous wealth. Big problems that need to be solved plus automation, robots, artificial intelligence, and or machine learning equal enormous money. When we fix their problems, people will pay us a lot of money. We must find a product-based business to launch and control to achieve excess of positive cash flow. People will give us more money if we address a larger problem. For example, many people hire a housekeeper to keep their home tidy for a reasonable fee, to keep them alive and healthy. However, they give their doctor extra money. Why? For the simple reason that people can tolerate a dirty home but not illness. To be successful in real estate investing, we must address a significant problem: the need for reasonable price, high quality homes. Additionally, our business Master Investor generates a lot of revenue by resolving people's financial education problems and more regarding their lack of true wealth. We earn more money the more they put into solving these problems and figuring out how to handle the most significant ones we come across, all the while utilizing the employees for horsemen. Financial education is necessary for problem solving and technology utilization. As previously said, the wealthiest business people become wealthy by using financial education to solve financial difficulties. We understand not only how to create the ideal product to address an issue, but also how to profit greatly from it, because a true business has to be built to raise capital from the front end, from the end user, and from the back end, from banks, private lenders, and others that are interested in investing in our business that is becoming a brand. It's not just a business because we have added intrinsic value, which means that we protect it, what is unique to us, what we provide to the world, our products. If we need to do a patent, then the patent is established. We need to trademark our logo, etc. All the legalities are in order. That's how we turn a company into a real brand. And then, of course, it has to have business integrity. And business integrity means that it's making a profit, is bringing in positive cash flow. Even after all expenses are paid, is successfully giving the business a battle line of positive cash flow. After everything is paid, every single day, we still collect money. And that is when a true business has intrinsic and business integrity. Intrinsic value and business integrity. Very important to instill in our organizations. We must solve problems and improve our financial literacy to understand how to profit from the answers we offer, whether they be goods or services. If we want to have a stable financial future, we must find a need in the world and fill it. We will survive the peerage of the employees era in this way, by bringing the entrepreneurial spirit out and filling a need in the world. How to remain ahead of the machines in the face of AI takeover. Think of the world as a place full of opportunities to solve issues and make money. Begin by asking ourselves, what is my problem? And proceed from there. It is likely that we will start solving other people's problems when we are resolve our own. Remember that we must learn how to read and improve financial statements, starting with our personal financial statement. Every business and investment has a financial statement too. Additionally, it is time to improve our financial literacy so that when the typical employee circumstances worsen, we will understand how to monetize problem solving and how to use that knowledge to generate even more revenue to address even more complex issues. That is real security, by building the assets column with assets that are solving a problem on the world, and it will be a while before machines can replace it. What is our problem then? Find a problem to solve with a product-based business and start building the winning business plan to launch the company into the market. Bonus, what is the corporation's power and how we can benefit by doing business like the ultra wealthy? Not only we pay less in taxes, we can build tax-free wealth because we're focusing on building passive income, which is taxed at the lowest bracket, and we're utilizing debt to invest, which is also tax-free. All debt is tax-free because money is created with debt. So it's not about being debt-free to become wealthy. It's actually about being in as much debt as possible. As long as we have good debt to pay for any bad debt that we have, is okay to have bad debt or liabilities. As long as we have an asset and good debt that is paying for that liability that we want to have in our lives, then it is all good. We are going to expand, and it's all about achieving what we want out of life. And there's not a limit because we can always build a new asset to acquire a new liability. Are we taking advantage of the new rules of money that apply to everyone? The secret to utilizing the tax law to become and remain wealthy is corporations. Be as intelligent as the wealthy instead of being angry with them. Many individuals believe there are two sets of rules, the rules for everyone else and the rules for those who succeed. However, in practice, everyone is subject to the same regulations. The only distinction is that although everyone else does not follow the rules, successful people do. That is the main distinction. Corporations are one method that prosperous individuals take advantage of the laws of money. A straightforward tax fact. It would be better to approach the question of whether the tax law is fair or unjust from a different angle. As we have stated here before, tax breaks are rewarded to the wealthy mindset, who build the economy and provide jobs. The issue is if fair to tax the wealthy becomes less relevant in light of this and more are high-paid workers creating jobs and boosting the economy? Naturally, the answer is no. Although they might contribute to a company's financial success and even hire some employees for that company, they are not directly creating jobs or boosting the economy. It is their business that is doing that. It's us, the sharemen. We're doing it. So we get the tax breaks. That's why the employees don't get any tax breaks or tax advantages or gains. They're not tax breaks. They just laws that are in place. If we are an owner of a business, we get tax gains. We get tax advantages. The employees don't get those same advantages because we live in a capitalist system, in a capitalist country, where it favors the business owner and the inside investor. They simply work for that corporation as extremely well-paid employees and highly taxed employees on the left side of the cash flow circle. So the CEO is an employee. Even though the CEO makes a lot of money in a company, that CEO is a high-paying employee that pays the most in taxes because he's an employee and makes the most money. So if that person makes $1 million, then half of it is going to go to him and half of it is going to go to the government via taxes and other fees that they take out of their paycheck. Even before they touch their check every 2 weeks, the money is already withdrawn. As a business owner, an inside investor, we don't experience that. The significance of corporations, the significance of companies is discussed in our ebooks and e-courses. Protection of income. A large portion of the money that the government typically takes from employees in the form of taxes can be shielded by moving the income stream from assets through our own company. The flow of an employee income. The ugly truth is that the income sequence for employees look like this: income, tax, and then they have expenses. So the poor mindset, 97% of the population, they focus on getting a job, getting that income from that job, and then they use that income, which is already taxed by the time they have it in their hands. They pay taxes first, and then they acquire liabilities. And they may think about assets, but they have no money to buy assets or invest in their financial education. They have to go to work. So they're now in the rat race, and they in that toxic cycle where they can't get out. They can't master money, even though they make more money because they're either raising their prices or they're getting more clients. They still have to show up to work. So as an employee, the person has to show up to work. They have to exchange time for money. If they don't show up, they don't get paid. And they pay taxes when they get their check. So there's no room to build true wealth as an employee or self-employed. The employee and the self-employed have earned income from a job. Therefore, they pay taxes first and maybe buy assets after, if any left. Many times it is not enough to afford any assets after everything is paid, including their expenses from liabilities. Therefore, their assets column is empty. They lack financial education. They do not actively invest themselves because they don't have a plan. Even before a person receives their paycheck as an employee, their earnings are subject to taxation and withholding taxes. As a result, if an employee receives $30,000 a year, their pay may drop to $20,000 by the time the government processes it. The person then has to use that money to cover all of their everyday expenses, including their mortgage. And mortgage comes from the word mortir, which means debt unto death. The illusions that employee and self-employed are rich because they have a mortgage is wrong, because who pays for the debt? If the person is paying for the debt, then that's bad debt. If somebody else is paying for the debt and we control the debt, and that debt is also putting money in our pocket, and that's good debt. If a person who lives in the house pays for that debt with their job, then they are paying for it with their earned income, which makes their house a liability and not a real asset. The house and its mortgage makes them poor each and every month, regardless of the house going up in value due to the inflation. Unless the homeowner does something about their biggest liability, house, by simply renting out the house through Airbnb or any other legal way, then the house will be a liability because it takes money away. If it puts money after it's being rented out through Airbnb, then now that money is being used to pay the mortgage and also pay the owner. Positive cash flow. Now that house becomes an asset because who's paying for the debt? Who's paying for the mortgage? The clients are, the tenants are. The Airbnb tourist people that came through the house to rent it throughout the entire month, those people are the ones paying out the mortgage and not the homeowner. So now the homeowner became a business owner, became an inside investor. Now he's controlling a real asset that is putting money into their pocket. If the person who lives in the house doesn't do anything to shift the way they pay that mortgage, and that mortgage will slave them onto their death because they will probably never get done paying that mortgage off. That's why it's important to not be comfortable by saying you need to be debt free. In fact, we need to control more debt as possible. Just turn that debt into good debt by investing it into an asset or turning that operation into our favor by utilizing it to do business. So if a person lives in a house, it has 5 rooms, rent out 4 rooms through Airbnb. Now the house is putting money into our pocket in the form of passive income. Passive income is tax-free as long as we have a tax strategy in place and we have a plan for every single dollar that we're getting from the business, and we're going to allocate that in the right places so that we can take the tax deductions or business deductions that are allowed for all of us to take of our business income. That way we keep more of our money. So it's not how much money we make, but how much money we get to keep at the end of the day. And that's how we're going to be able to create financial freedom in our lives. It's about having the wealthy context and being able to deliver a product to the world, something that is in high demand. Okay? And delegating, using systems, artificial intelligence, and technology, and of course, using debt is important to build wealth. If the person who, okay, so unlike an asset which puts money in our pocket, and if there's any debt involved, the revenue from the investment pays for the debt back fully. Therefore, such debt is good debt because it is putting money into an asset. It's literally when we use debt or a credit card or a loan and we use it to put it into an asset that is making us cash flow today into our pockets, and all of expenses of such assets paid with the revenue of the business that it creates on its own, then that debt is good debt. That debt is an asset to us because it's making us wealthy. The pattern appears as follows if we first transmit our money through a corporate entity: earn, spend, and then tax last. If any at all, as we are building passive income and use debt, which both can be tax-free according to the law. We can deduct a large portion of our $30,000 in earnings before the government sees them by moving them via business. As long as it complies with the tax code, we set the regulations if we own the company. The 3%, as you can see on our financial statement, our businesses buys other assets first and then pay taxes after, if any. Wealthy people buy or acquire assets first before tax dollars and pay zero in taxes legally in many occasions. Then we acquire liabilities by having the assets pay for the expenses of the liabilities. We can obtain everything for free legally. All is done using the tax code and corporate law into our advantage. So as we can notice on the diagram on the screen, we can see that on the financial statement of a wealthy person, on the expenses column, we have number 1, acquire assets. Investing is number 1 for us. Before anything gets done with our money, we are going to invest in real assets. Number 2, pay taxes, if anything, after we spend all of our money already, right? So since we are investing in assets that produce passive income, we're using debt, then it's tax-free wealth. So we pay zero in taxes, and then we acquire liabilities, as many as we want, because we can always acquire a new asset. to pay for any expense that we want to have in our lives. Establish our own guidelines, for example, including in our bylaws that gym membership is included in our employment package is an example of using a business to create our own regulations. The business may use pre-tax funds to cover childcare cost of $400 per month, for example. We must essentially make hundreds more to cover the same childcare cost if we pay for them with after-tax dollars. The qualification for what a corporation's owner can write off that an employee cannot are stringent, and the list is lengthy. For example, we can claim pre-tax deductions for some travel expenses if we can prove that we used the trip for business purposes, such attending a board meeting, etc. Just be sure to obey by the guidelines. A master investor would strongly advise following the law, engaging with knowledgeable consultants, and earning a lot of money in a lawful manner. Our early warning mechanisms for impending legal changes will be our legal advisors. Wealth also shifts hands when laws change. It is critical to study the rules of money as the laws have changed. Protection of assets. People will often want to seize what we have through legal action if we are wealthy. However, the wealthy possess little in their own names, as we understand the power of corporations. The poor like to have everything under the name. The wealthy, we like to have everything under our businesses. And we don't name our businesses after our name. They have their own name, is their own company, their own brand. We want to depart away from any of those assets. We want to detach ourselves because we don't want to become the product of our companies. We shift all the liability to the entity itself, serving us as protection. To safeguard them, their assets are kept in businesses and trusts. The new government is implementing tax laws that reward those that boost the economy and create employment, while simultaneously relieving some of the burdens on the middle class. It rewards the capitalist. That's what the highest level of an investor is, being a capitalist investor. Small steps to start and consistency with the plan. This tax code may give many people cause for complaint, but instead of becoming angry, become intelligent. Determine how we can contribute to employment creation, economic growth, or both. We will profit from the same actions that the tax code is intended to incentivize if we do this. It will benefit the economy in our pocket. Which area of the cash flow circle we make our money from is crucial if we wish to use a corporation to protect it. There's little income or asset protection available to a person if all of the money is earned as an employee. Earned income is taxed at the highest bracket of a business that we neither own nor control. For this reason, it is crucial to start out small. Keep the employment if the person is employed right now, but start spending more time in the right side of the cash flow circle, being a business owner and an inside investor. When we do make use of the corporation's ability to multiply earned income by using the tools and resources and assets that we can get our hands on today. So we're supposed to be turning earned income. If a person is working, that person needs to have a plan for that earned income to multiply in sound investing. However, first, invest in financial education like we're doing right now. We need to understand and master the rules of the game so that we can win. It's all about calculating risk. It's all about managing debt. It's about understanding how to use leverage, how to delegate, how to do less and make more, how to use artificial intelligence to be omnipresent everywhere at the same time, to have our products being delivered to the entire world at the same time where they can all click at the very same moment and purchase that item. It's all about understanding how to provide a solution to the world and leave a legacy that can improve people's lives along the way. Those two types of people are our path to greater financial independence more quickly, being a business owner and an inside investor. As we curious, are we curious about the influence of corporations? Go through our books, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, and also all the new books that we're releasing very shortly. I think this month we'll be releasing our 4th book. It's called How to Raise Capital to Build Wealth. Because the job number 1 of a wealthy entrepreneur is to raise capital. And the number 1 skill is to master how to sell without selling using smart marketing and systems. And the job number 1 of an inside investor is to multiply money in sound investing. It's that simple. Further, understand why the wealthy like to use our own businesses and majority of people in the world work for our companies. 50% rate of corporate taxes to 0 and taxes legally. To equalize the playing field for American businesses, a territorial tax system, one-time tax of foreign held trillions of dollars, remove a special interest tax incentives. That's some of the new laws of the new tax plan that President Trump has in mind, which is going to add more benefits to the business owners and inside investors, because this country is a capitalist country. So if the person is playing as employee, then that person will suffer the consequence as an employee, although we need great employees. If the person likes to do what they do, then keep doing that. But still learn how to invest, because at some point, the person may not want to continue to do that job. So we need to have something to supplement that income. And the best type of income to supplement any income is passive income, because it's taxed at the lowest bracket. At the end, this country and economy works with the capitalist principles. Capitalism is the highest level of an investor, which is someone who identifies a problem and provides a valuable product to solve the problem in the market, using a corporation to keep more money and protect our assets from predators. As long as we do what the government wants us to do, which is to create new jobs and solve problems, then we are successfully building true wealth. Focus on building the assets column with real assets that we control with our own entities. If the person is on the left side of the cash flow circle, then that person should invest in financial education and create a winning business plan with a lucrative exit strategy. Start investing in high-quality financial education with us here at Master Investor. Get our ebooks, The 10 New Rules of Money, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, How to Invest in Crypto to Build Wealth, Understanding Bitcoin and Blockchain, the Rise of Legitimate Reserve Digital Currencies and Assets. Find more tools on our website. We have Instagram, we have a podcast, newsletter, YouTube, TikTok. We have different courses, Discord, our Facebook page. Our mission here at Master Investor is to be the global authentic brand of money, business, and investing that elevates the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple with lucrative opportunities to build passive income, win-win partnerships, and true wealth. Let us know if anyone has any questions. Write it down in the comment section. We're going to come back and answer any comment. Go to our website, get our digital courses, find the link somewhere in the description, and get into our digital courses, because as we grow these digital courses, we are going to, of course, increase the price on each course. However, whenever we get in, at whatever time we get in, whenever we decide to get in any of our courses, we will be locked in for life, meaning that whatever we add into that course, regardless of the price going up in a year from now, and 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, because we are adding more assets to emphasize more on the topic of this specific course, we will not be charged any additional money to access any other asset that we add into these digital courses. So when we get in, we locked in for life for any other additional asset that will be added into that specific digital course. So it's a win-win partnership. Go ahead and head over to our website right now. Click the link somewhere in the description of this talk and start investing in financial education, because that is the best financial education that we can have access to today. here at Master Investor, and it will give us tools, resources, mentors, and everything that we need to know about business and investing. We will find it here at Master Investor. Go to our other social media platforms. We have free content as well. We have a newsletter. If you'd like to receive our articles via email, sign up for the newsletter because we are sending valuable articles like today's to our entire community. So when we hear something of value, we want to share with other people. That's how we turn something into a treasure, is by sharing it with other people. So make sure that we share this with our team, with our loved ones. If we want to build something with somebody, we need to be on the same page. So get everybody in the household on the same page and start building the assets column. That's the message. Solve other people's problems. Don't think of only your problems. Solve other people's problems to become ultra wealthy. Today, we cover why others pay us to solve problems. And it requires us to be flexible and learn new things and use artificial intelligence to our advantage. Also, use the tax code to our advantage by doing business with the corporation. If you need help establishing a corporation, we also have ways that we can help you do that. Give us a call, go to our website, and we will help you get established today by using the right third parties to help us build our true wealth. Bring you the good and bad news of money, the business principles at work in all economies. Thank you for having me once again. We will talk